What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Marie and Shirley's Keeping It Real.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Keeping it real. Shirley stayed up all night and slept most of the day and forgot to take her medicine. So I'm like trying to tell her, take your medicine.
And Bree's gonna shout out to people while I get my medicine going here with her. I'm not ignoring you.
We went and ate at Subway. Guys, it was so delicious. Look how good our food looked. What'd you guys think? Didn't it look delicious? It was very, very good. I had the chicken teriyaki, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and Shirley had the Italian, but it was too spicy. She had to take the
DMT. I didn't think it was going to be that spicy.
She had to take the pepperonis off of it.
You better not
knock it. It was too spicy for her. I know, it's okay. Alright, so we're going to do some shout outs from today's video. Guys, last week's video had 149 comments. That's 149 people that I didn't go back to try to get all 149. I grabbed like 30 people. So every week we'll try to shout out about 30 people. Anyways,
the first 30 people
to comment will get shout outs on the video. But the video, I'm trying to think, next week's video, this video here, I don't know how to say it because we have an extra video in between. Anyways, I want to shout out to Merlin M, Melinda S, Lost Minion, Zoe's Heart, Jada M, Sandy T, Linda S, Margaret S, Scott G, Patty F, Ronald Daly, Yovan B, Adriana C, Heather H, Diane S, I might have said her twice, Lisa, Esperanza, Donna M, Wayne B, Sherry K, Tim, Rosie M, Chrissy, Christine M, Graham Maggie, I think I'm saying that right, Graham Maggie, Marie L, Heather A, Debbie M, Michelle S, Carmen R, Anita, and Tammy Burns. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, Megan, thank you. We haven't used that other coupon yet. Oh, she was on later.
Another coupon.
You know, the coupon for, where did we go?
Cracker Barrel.
Huh? Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, I had money left on it.
Okay.
But we haven't finished it. But Megan was on late. And she had to go. So I wanted to tell her hi. Because she's always so sweet about praying for us. And she sent us that money.
Yeah.
When John died. That was some good food, though.
Yes.
Cracker Barrel. Oh,
Cracker Barrel was delicious. I can't wait to go back to Cracker Barrel. I always get the same thing. It's so delicious. It was bacon, maple bacon, chicken, delicious. Talked both of my sisters into getting it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. That was good.
Next time we go out to eat, it's hard to film with the music going because then I get a copyright. But I do try to take pictures when we're out, and you know there's music and stuff. I try to take pictures. So shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching the Marie and Shirley Real Talk, Real Talk, Girl Talk. Tonight we continued from last week. We was going to talk about our first marriages. We were going to talk about our second marriages, our boyfriends, and I was supposed to talk about Tyler's family. Shirley, there was a question that somebody wanted answered. Do you remember what it was? I'm trying to think of what it was.
I should have wrote it down.
Something about when my first love.
Yeah, that's right.
My first love. How did I know it was my true love when I got pregnant with my son? I didn't.
That wasn't her first love either, was it?
I was young and, you know, just young and wild. And I didn't mean to get pregnant. I didn't know that I was going to get pregnant, but I would never change it for the world. No. Because I love my son.
He's a sweet boy.
And, you know, even though I was young, I grew up really fast. So now, maybe that's why I feel young now. Maybe, I don't know. I do feel young. I feel young at heart, but healthy-wise, I don't feel young. I feel like, yeah, I'm not young. Anyways,
talk about something while I'm finishing my pills.
Okay, so Shirley's got to gobble down all them pills. So tonight, We can talk about my first husband. I got married when I was 16. I think we got like a shadow on us. I'm gonna have to move this. Okay. Shirley, you're gonna have to spin your chair around once you're done.
Okay, to who, Charlie? You were 16?
When I married Charlie, I was 16.
Wow, I've seen them pictures.
I had Danny. I met Charlie. Charlie was born in 57. And I met Charlie, I was born in 64, so he was older than me. And we dated for a little while, and he was really good to my son. We used to go camping with my mom and Ralph. And I remember Shirley and Vince being up there at the campsite. I have pictures. Somewhere. I have pictures. And I was like this little teeny skinny thing in a two-piece crocheted bathing suit. Oh my God. I would have to find those pictures. But anyways, Charlie and I had moved to St. Petersburg. He didn't get along well with his family, but then all of a sudden, you know, they made up with his family and started working for his stepdad.
They hated Marie.
They didn't at first. But yeah, his mother did not like me. I don't want to really talk about anybody, but, and she's passed on now.
Well, it don't matter.
But she didn't like me, and but I don't know why she didn't like me. She bought us a house. She bought, after me and Charlie got married, she didn't buy us a house. She bought a house right next door to her and let us live in it. And that's when she tortured me. I mean, it was torture. She pushed me away, and then she tried to take my son away from me. And it wasn't even Charlie's son. Charlie was not the father of my son. So it was just a long, drawn-out nightmare. And after we divorced, we stayed friends, and we talked on Facebook all the time. I ended up, I met Mike, my second husband, while Charlie was trying to get me back. I was already divorced, but Charlie wanted me back. He kept saying, well, you know, if we hadn't let my mom and my family in the picture, we would still be together, which is true. Charlie and I got along great. It's just that his family treated me so horribly, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I met Mike, and the night that I met up with Mike, I met up with him at it was a bar that I met, and I think it was like a bowling alley bar. And Charlie come around the corner and he grabbed my arm, and Charlie was never mean to me. Never mean to me. He grabbed my arm and he pulled me, and he says, you know, because he wanted me back. He didn't want me to be with anybody else. He wanted me back. But all the time of him not taking up for me with his family, it just pushed me away from him. Anyways, Mike come up and grabbed Charlie and knocked him one good time, and I'm like, don't do that, you know, just don't fight. I hate people that fight. I hate fights. I know sometimes you have no choice, but I hate fighting and stuff. And then, you know, that was it. Charlie, he would still send me messages and try to sneak around and see me, but he, you know, he knew it was over. He should have took my side over his family's side because of the way they treated me. Anyways, I met Mike, and that is Angie's father. And I got married to Mike, my mom, and I got married in my living room of my little house that I rented. I've taken you guys over and showed you in the past, so there are videos out. And Shirley and I were just talking. We do want to go back and try to find all the houses that Mom and Daddy lived in. There's supposed to be one in Tarpon Springs that we're supposed to go and try to find, and then maybe do all the running around in St. Petersburg, kind of like what I did before in the past, but I'll have Shirley's input, and maybe we can knock on the door and get to go in that one house that I know Mama was a little girl in. Anyway,
what are you doing? Oh.
The 20th Street one or something.
Oh, in St.
20th Street, yes, in St. Pete. Oh, we should go to Washington. Just to see how we feel. I mean, I got a license to carry, so I can carry. And I have it in the car. So if I had to, you know, that's not a great neighborhood now.
Yeah, you knock on the door and, well, never mind.
Yeah, I know. I hope not. But anyway, so then I married Mike in the living room. My mom and Dad, I'm trying to think, was Daddy there?
Thanks to you and Mike, Sherry and Shane got together.
Yes. Yes,
because Mike and Shane were
friends.
But I haven't got to my family yet, but when I do.
Yes, so my Mike, I met him. He was beating somebody up in the front yard. And I don't like fights. This is before I knew him. I was taking my son over to my friend's house so she could watch him because I had to go to work. And her name was Teresa. Mike and Teresa. Remember Mike and Teresa?
Yeah.
And so I was taking my son over there, and that's how I met Mike. He lived like a door or two down. And he was punching somebody out in the front yard. He's like, hey, you, come here. He stops fighting.
Talking to you?
Yeah. And then so I was talking. I said, well, I got to go to work. And so I left, and then I met up with him later that night at that bowling alley bar. So then I had Angie. Angie was, right before Angie was born, there was a hurricane. Yeah. And our neighborhood was told that they needed to evacuate. Yeah. And we put down our shutters, and we did not evacuate.
Mama in one hospital, Daddy in another hospital, and a hurricane coming.
Yes. And we didn't evacuate. We stayed in that place, and I didn't have the baby. But right down the road was a doctor, and he said that he wasn't evacuating either. So the cat's moving the thing. Said that he wasn't evacuating either if we needed him. So we put down our shutters and we stayed. But our whole neighborhood was told to evacuate. We didn't. Anyways, Angie was born November 4th. My mom had a stroke while I was pregnant, and I believe that the only reason she lived is so my baby could live, because I lost my mind when Mama had her stroke. Mm-hmm. But I knew I had this baby I was carrying, and I needed to be there for my baby. And so Mama lived, what is it, about 6 months? 6 months.
After
and
what?
She lived after her stroke. She lived about 6 months.
Maybe 5.
5 or 6 months. And Angie was born November 4th, 1985. Mama, I remember when I finally was able to come back in and see Mama, she was touching my stomach like her arms were moving all over the place because she couldn't talk. Because when they did a trach on her, they ruptured her vocal cord. Yeah. She's wondering where the baby was, so I'm trying to explain to her, and the nurses told me, don't bring your newborn in here. Your newborn will catch a disease and something will happen to it. And I wish I had have never listened now, because the look on Mama's face was so sad that I didn't bring the baby to see her. And I told her what the nurses told me, but I just wish that I had just wrapped her up and brought her in.
We don't know what Mama understood.
I know. I wish that
and it was so sad because nobody could read her lips.
No.
Nobody could read her mind. And she was right-handed, so that's the side that was messed up. And she would do like this with her left hand. We didn't know what she was trying to say.
No. We don't even know if she really knew what was going on.
Right.
I mean, I hope that she did. She used to rub my stomach every time I came in there. So for her to rub my stomach,
she knew she was pregnant.
Had to have known there was a baby there. Because why would she always rub my stomach, and I would let her feel the baby kick and stuff. But Angie was born November 4th. Mama died November 29th of the same year. After I had the baby, and she knew the baby was okay. 3 weeks old
or something like that. 2 or 3 weeks old.
Yeah, she was just little.
Little.
Wasn't even a month.
No. Stop
so
fighting.
That was my 2 marriages. And we're going to listen to Shirley's 2 marriages, and then we'll get back to the boyfriends, because we were talking about the 2 marriages because we were both married twice.
Yeah.
So that was my 2 marriages. Let's hear Shirley's 2 marriages.
Okay. My first husband, my girl's daddy, Joe, was, he was 21, I was 18 when we met. I got married when I was 19, but anyhow, when I met him, the day I met him, it was Mother's Day, May the 8th, 1966. I was babysitting Patty and Marie. And we went to a park. Yeah, didn't I already tell the story? We went to a park.
You did tell about the park.
Yeah, that's where I met him.
We were just going to
So what else?
About, I don't know.
And then I had Shirley and Sheila. Okay. And then
you left him when you were pregnant with Sheila, right?
No,
okay.
He left me.
Oh, okay.
When I was pregnant with Sheila.
You said he was cheating.
Yeah, because he didn't want me to have her to begin with.
Oh, wow.
He didn't even want me to get pregnant with her, but I did it anyway. I got pregnant on Christmas Eve.
Did you get pregnant on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh.
With Sheila, I did.
You
I wanted a boy.
Oh.
Well, she might as well have been a boy. She looks just like him, acts just like him.
She does look just like her dad. Definitely looks just like her dad.
So does her other sister, not Sherry, but Joey. His second wife, they had a child.
Oh, they had a daughter named her Joey?
Named her Joey.
Oh, okay.
And
now,
she just turned 50, huh?
Was Sandy was his ex-wife?
The one he cheated on me with? Yeah.
Did he marry her?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where I was getting. I didn't know if he cheated on you with Sandy, because you were friends with Sandy, weren't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, years later, yeah, after everything's said and done.
Okay.
I mean, we're still friends now. I don't see her, but we email each other. I don't see her, but I email her. Sandy, that is.
Yeah. All right, so you were friends with Sandy after the fact?
Yeah, 7 years after the fact.
Oh, okay. So you don't resent or anything?
Not now. I did.
Do you think she encouraged it, or do you think it was just all Joe?
Combination, probably.
Probably a combination.
She's a lot older than him.
Oh, okay.
And, that's not, I've seen something go off in the background. Okay.
Well.
No, 7 years after the fact, I guess I was going to church or something. Then I decided I needed to forgive him.
Oh, okay.
So we went to wherever they lived, I forgot, Fountain, Florida or somewhere up the road, up the state. And I forgave him after 7 years. Then he told me that I did the right thing or something because I married Vince in the meantime.
Oh, okay. But he gave up all of his rights.
Yeah, he gave up Sherry and CeeLo.
So he never got to see them?
He got to see them 7 years later.
Oh.
Maybe earlier than that, I don't remember.
But he gave up, usually when you give up your rights because you don't want to pay child support.
He let Vince adopt them. And
I'm surprised that you let him still see them.
I did after 7 years when I forgave him.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Vince adopted Terry and Sheila in May of 72 when I was pregnant with Billy. Billy was born in December of 72. So Terry and Sheila became Vince's kids. So I had 4 kids well, not really by Vince, but technically.
Yeah.
They were his kids.
Yeah. Wow.
Joe Burke died in 04.
And Vince just recently died.
And December the 10th of last year.
Yeah.
So there's 3 of them. Now, John wasn't my husband, but I was with him for 25 years. So not as well.
It's a long time.
And in the other state, it would have been common law. We would have been married.
Yeah. Now, I was with Charlie. I was only I was with Charlie. I'm trying to think. I got with Charlie after I had Danny. I was young. I had Danny. He was a baby.
Yeah.
And then we got married at 16. So I was with Charlie a good year and a half before we got married. And everything was perfect. We got along great. His mother was not in the picture. Once his mother became in the picture, she was an evil person to me. But so I was only married to him January 10th. I'm trying to think. Was it January 10th, 1980 or 1981?
81.
Was it 81?
When you got married?
To Charlie.
Yeah, 81.
Okay. So January 10th, 1981 would be when I married Charlie. And I think by 82 or 83, I was divorced.
Well, who was it that wrote evil stuff on your car? His brother?
I don't know. Somebody did. I think it was his brother. But I'm not positive. I don't know.
She'd wake up and stuff would be written on her
all
car.
4 of my tires were flat, and it was his car. He gave it to me to use because him and I would still been together if it wasn't for his family. But they flattened all 4 of the tires and wrote all kinds of nasty stuff all over the car. And until I just said, just come take your car. Then I went out and bought my own little 1978 orange Toyota Corolla. It was a good car. It was ugly as hell. It was embarrassing to drive, but it was a good little car. I paid for it myself. So it wasn't with Charlie real long. I mean, I would say before we got married and with the marriage, maybe 3 years. But Mike, I was married to Mike for 29 years.
I was married to Vince 28.
Really? 29 years is, I stuck with my men for, and then like Tyler and I have been together now, it's almost 9 years. But in between Mike and Tyler, I met a guy named Kevin. I met him working at Big Lots. I was working at Big Lots. And, oh, I don't know. He gave me the attention I wasn't getting at home. And Mike and I's relationship, it was bad. I don't want to get into all the reasons. He had addictions. That's all I'm going to say. And I was over it because I didn't do that kind of stuff. And I had put up with it for many years. But for the last 10 years of our marriage, we just lived together. You know, we wasn't a couple. We just lived together. When I met Kevin, Kevin just swept me off my feet. It was just, I don't know. But I seen the signs from the beginning of abuse. Not physical abuse in the beginning. I seen the signs of verbal abuse, of telling me who I could and who I couldn't see or hang around with, or you know, like, I had custody of all my grandkids, Haley, Marcus, and Tyler. So, you know, I was back and forth, and Mike had custody with me. So I was back and forth out the Valley Road to, you know, with the kids to see Mike and stuff. And Kevin was just, I seen all the signs. His mother, I talked to his mother. She warned me about how he was going to treat me. His sister warned me about how things were going to go down, that I should get out of this situation now. Kevin swept me right off my feet. Everything that somebody vulnerable and lonely wanted, he was there for.
That sounds like me and John.
Really? But John wasn't mean to you.
No, but he had a lot to say about my family.
Oh, yeah.
Certain ones.
Yeah, yeah. So there had been so many times that Kevin, he wouldn't do stuff in front of the kids, which is good. He was really, really good to the kids. He waited till the kids were at school. He would get so mad if I had to go out to see Mike or to take the kids out to see Mike.
Yeah, John didn't want me to go see her.
He would get
possessive. It's possessive.
Yes, but Kevin would get in my face. He would block me in a corner without touching me, but make it so I couldn't get through. And he would scream in my face for hours sometimes, just screaming at me.
That, thank God.
Just because I had to take the kids out to see Mike, or because I was, you know, I stopped somewhere on the way home from work, or he chased everybody away. He chased all my friends away except for one. One friend, her name was Bev. He did not chase her away. She wasn't going to let him chase her away. So she was always there. But it was just, it was so bad. Like, he got mad at me because I invited his mother over for Thanksgiving, because I knew how Thanksgiving was going to turn out once we all ate and the kids went out to see Mike. I knew how it was going to turn out. So I invited his mother. He was so mad at me for inviting his mother, because he couldn't be mean to me in front of his mother. His mother probably would have knocked the shit out of him. She tried to warn me. I had so many warnings. There was so many signs.
Red flags?
Oh, so many red flags not to be with him. So many. But let me tell you, he knew the right words to say after the fact of being mean. He took and knocked a bookshelf on top of me one time and knocked it. I mean, I was on the ground, and he just, the bookshelf came down, and he didn't care. He didn't give a shit. And then he began, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. I love you, and I'm so sorry. And it was kind of like his money came in, and his money was his money. But my money came in, and my money was our money.
How did you get out of that relationship?
He worked overnight, so, and I owned 2 cars. I had a Cadillac, this old crappy looking Cadillac, but I bought the minivan when I got custody of the kids, and so I still had 2 cars, so I let him drive the Cadillac. And I come home from work, no, I'm trying to think, how was it? He come home from work, how was it? No, I got up and went to work, took the kids to the YMCA, and then I went to work. When I come home, I'm like, the car's not here, you know, like, where's the car? So I figure, you know, this is good. At least he's not home. I go in the house and he's sleeping in the room, and I'm like, where is my car? And he's like, what are you talking about? It broke down. I'm like, where did it break down at? He says it broke down by Times News. I'm like, are you sure it broke down? So I'm down there at Times News looking around, and of course I'm not finding the car. I called my friend Bev. She come over, and I didn't find the car, so I went back up to the house. I'm like, Kevin, where's the damn car at? What happened to the car? He just kept insisting. So I called the police station, And I said, I think my car might have got towed. My boyfriend said it broke down at Times News, so I think it got towed. And the police informed me that Kevin got a DUI that morning. After he left work, I guess he got screwed up somewhere, and then when he was coming home, he got a DUI in the car. The car was impounded. So I went back to the house. I'm like screaming at him like, Kevin, what the hell? So his wallet was laying there on the table. So I grabbed his wallet and I took every penny out of his wallet, and it was payday. He had just got paid. I took every penny, which wasn't much. I think it was 150 bucks. I took it all out of his wallet, and look how blurry we are. Who's in front
why are we
Who's
blurry?
in front of the camera?
Mama! Kevin?
Maybe Kevin's not alive no more. I don't know.
Kevin, are you dead, you asshole? Sorry.
I hope he's not dead, but
Okay.
that was so weird.
I don't care.
Anyways,
Whatever.
so I had taken his money, and I don't remember what I did with it, but he wasn't getting it. And this time I fought back. I thought
you went and got your car out of impound with that
well,
money.
that's what the plan. I did.
Oh.
I ended up doing that, but he got up and started his shit with me, and I wasn't gonna take it no more. I fought back. I called my friend Bev, and I knew she was already on her way over. And she was picking up the kids from the YMCA and picking up, bringing them home. So I needed to back up because I probably shouldn't tell them what I almost did anyways. But anyways,
She'll cut that part.
Yeah, she brought the kids home, and or I'm trying to think, maybe Mike brought the kids home because Bev wasn't there yet. Mike brought the kids home, and then he left. And I said, no, everything's fine, and he left. Well, then that's when the kids got to see Kevin's shitty side. And I sent my kids to my next door neighbor, to the drunk guy's house. The guy next door was a drunk, but he was a sweet, super sweet guy, and he was really nice to the kids. But I told Haley, I said, you take your brothers and you go over to Gary's house, and you tell him that Kevin's being mean, and I called the cops, and that you need to stay over there till this is done. So you know, they went over there, and then, you know, that's when the bookshelf hit me, and that's when, oh my God, he was throwing things at me and everything. And then Bev walked in the door, and he started screaming and getting in her face, and she hit him a couple of good times. She did. She always stuck up with me until I met Tyler. That's another story. So the cops showed up, and he's like, well, she took all my money. He says, well, you got her car impounded. What do you expect her to do? She's got to get her car out. The cop was all on my side. I said, I want him out of my house. I said, I want a restraining order against him, and I want him to know that he's never to come back. And that's pretty much how I got rid of him. But I still didn't get rid of him completely, because he kept trying to sneak back. He kept trying to break in the windows when I wasn't home, just to take whatever he could take to get some money, to get some alcohol, because he drank. He was a drinker. But if I back up a little bit, the abusive went on for, oh my God, close to a year. And there was one night that I didn't have the kids. I took the kids out to Mike, and when I come back, it was a big fight because, you know, I was out there with Mike. And I just had it. I just had enough. And I don't even know if I should be saying this on live. I might have told you before. I took a box knife, I laid it on my nightstand, and I thought the next time he yells at me, I'm gonna cut him up. And that was a horrible. I'm not like that. I am a nice, forgiving, forgive and forget, and not no more. I don't forget. I used to forgive and forget and move on. But I forgive, but I don't never forget anymore. But I was laying there and just hoping that he wasn't going to start any shit. And I just looking at that box knife laying there. And I thought, I can't do this. What the hell is wrong with me? I took that box knife and dropped it behind the nightstand. He's like, what's up? What's going on? What's up? I'm like, no, it's nothing. Something fell off the nightstand. I thought, you know, I'm definitely going to fight for myself, but at least this way he has a fighting chance. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. It was an awful thought. So I do understand if somebody's abused so much, and it doesn't even have to be physical. Like, I was physically and mentally, but I think mine was so much more mental. It was so much like in my face. making it so I couldn't even move out of a corner or anything for hours at a time. It was horrible. So I can understand that these women that say they were abused, killing their partner. I can understand it. I mean, I almost did something stupid myself. And then after I got rid of him, a few months later, I had finally came up on a list. I was on this list of this apartment building that went by your income. And, you know, I had the 3 kids. I had custody of the 3 kids. So I finally come up on this list. This apartment, this 3-bedroom apartment was finally available for me. And the rent was going to be really cheap. It was like less than $400. I think it was $351 for me and the 3 kids. So it couldn't have happened at a better time. Really, it couldn't have happened at a better time. And then I get over to look at the apartment they're going to give me, and it's a corner apartment right beside the playground. And I got, you know, these little babies. Marcus and Tyler were little. So it was perfect. I moved in Old Town Manor. That's where I met Tyler. I moved in there, and here, of course, Kevin's trying to get me back, and here Mike's trying to get me back because now I'm single again. And then all of a sudden I meet this young 21-year-old boy. I was 48 years old. I met this 21-year-old boy that just, I don't know, I don't want to say he swept me off my feet because he really didn't, but I think I was infatuated with him. I don't know. Not that we did anything at first, you know, it was just crazy. But that's where I met Tyler, and I've showed you guys that place multiple times. But Mike did try to get me back a couple of times. That March, right before I met Tyler in May, and that March I took a trip to Florida, and Mike's like, "You think I could just tag along with you guys?" And that was my ex-husband's last trip to Florida. Angie actually has that picture on her refrigerator. I let him go with me, and a good thing I did because the van broke down and Mike was the mechanic. So he rigged it up, and it ran till I moved to Florida. Anyways, God, I've rambled on and on and on about me, Shirley. I think it's your turn to ramble.
Well, what am I going to say?
What else was, you were going to talk about your boyfriends. All right, so I didn't talk about Tyler's family, but that's okay.
Talk about Tyler's family.
I can do that in the next one. Do you want?
I don't even know what I was talking about to begin with.
You were going to talk about all the boyfriends. You probably never even wrote it down, did you? You were going to write down all them boyfriends' names.
He don't need to know.
Shirley ain't looking for no boyfriend now. She just
forget about the boyfriend.
She's content.
I just told you about the.
But you had Jody, you had Joe.
Oh, Jody was my
Joe,
first
Vince. Can you remember any
there
of the
was
names?
other ones in between.
Can you remember any of the names?
I had in Tarpon Springs I had a Bubba, and I had a Roger. That was in Tarpon Springs.
How come Roger? What's Roger's last name?
Webb.
Oh, I don't know. That sounded
I don't know, but if I had Glenda and I, Glenda was going with John Webb. I was going with Roger Webb, but they weren't.
They
brothers.
wasn't related.
No.
Oh wow.
But if I had a married Roger like I was wanting to, I don't remember what happened there. That was in '66. Glenda and I both would have had last name Webb.
Oh, that would have been cool.
It would have been cool.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah. That was in '66.
You don't know what happened? You can't remember?
I used to keep a diary.
I know.
But in 1966, for some reason, I didn't keep a diary.
Oh, you didn't have one for 1966?
No, and I just
maybe
wish
you
I
were
did.
just having too much fun.
Probably.
But you didn't go out partying?
Well, January the 18th, 1966, I quit school on my birthday, my 18th birthday.
And you had to get a job, so
yeah,
you didn't have time.
Huh?
Maybe you didn't have time to be writing.
Maybe not, because I had to work, and I helped Mama take care of y'all. Sometime in there, I don't know who's dating. No, this is personal, but that's okay. I'm blunt, I can tell you. I'm not ashamed. I don't have any regrets. Too late now, anyway. But anyhow, sometime in '66, between January the 18th and before I met Joe Burke, it was May the 8th. So sometime in between January and May, I had a miscarriage.
Oh, wow.
I think I did. Because I was at work at that restaurant, and I started hemorrhaging really bad. Mm-hmm. And so the boss she gave me a change of clothes, and I went home, and I remember sitting on the toilet at that one house on Stockton Drive. We'll go by there, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you another story about that in a minute.
Okay.
Stockton Drive. Don't let me forget. It's about a cat, so don't let me forget. Okay. Anyhow, so I was sitting on the toilet, and I remember hearing Mom and Daddy in the other room saying that maybe we should put it in a jar and take it to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
But they were scared that they was going to get in trouble because I was not married and had a baby.
And back then you had to be married?
Yeah. In 66.
Oh, wow.
Or your parents, they were responsible for you because...
Did it look like a baby?
I didn't see it. I didn't look at it.
Well, how did Mom and Daddy see it?
I don't know. I'm just what I remember hearing them say.
Wow.
Maybe we should put it in a jar and take it to the hospital. They didn't take me to the hospital.
Well, it wouldn't have lived.
I know, but I don't know why they said that.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember nothing else about that. I don't remember going to my room and laying down. I don't remember nothing.
I don't remember none of it.
No.
Wow.
Okay,
do you remember ever talking to Mama later about that?
No.
No. Okay. Wow.
Another thing on that same house, this is probably before I lost the baby. Pat and Marie had a cat, and I hated cats back then.
Oh, God.
I love cats now, but I hated cats back then.
Oh.
Did I tell you that story?
Cats? No.
I took that cat by the tail. I want to get so many criticism because I love cats so much now. It was animal abuse. I didn't kill it.
What did you do to our cat, Shirley?
I took it by the tail and swung it around over the neighbor's fence. It landed in neighbor. This is funny, but it's not funny. I'm embarrassed. It landed in the neighbor's pool.
Oh my God, Shirley.
And they came over and told on me. I don't know how they knew I did it.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm crying.
And you love cats so much.
I love cats so much now, but back then I hated them. Oh, Daddy hated cats. But
I remember Daddy took one of our cats and dropped it off on the way to work, and when he got home, that cat was back. I remember that.
I remember in Alabama, a cat got him bit him on the thumb. And wouldn't let go, and he slammed it up against the garage door.
Oh my God.
So Daddy hated cats.
So that animal abuse, so you got your animal abuse from Daddy.
Yeah. I didn't kill it, but I can remember some times when
How old was you?
18.
You were 18 years old and you slung a cat. Oh, Shirley.
I'm a bad girl.
Fire.
Talk about her being a bad girl.
She was a bad girl, too. You sure you want to publish that?
I don't care.
No. Okay.
Tell the truth.
It's about yourself.
Hey,
so.
this is the truth about Shirley.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not criticizing nobody else but myself.
Oh, wow.
I don't care. Tell them.
Okay.
I don't do that now. I regret it. I regret it, but you know, you did some stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
You can't go back and change it. You just have to move forward.
Move forward and ask for forgiveness.
Forgive yourself.
Yes.
And oh, brother.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
I didn't know that.
She don't even remember having a cat. She don't even remember living there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. I don't. No. That was, what did you say, Stockton Drive?
Yeah.
Nope.
We'll take a ride over
But
there.
we're going to have to. Once I'm not dizzy, I want to go down before Easter, but that ain't going to happen now. I want to go decorate Mama's
Easter's
grave before Easter.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen. So I don't know. Hopefully, as soon as I
We're
can...
going to do it for Mother's Day for sure.
Mother's Day's in May, right?
Yes, definitely for Mother's Day. I'll tell you when it is.
Okay.
I hope it's May the 8th. Wouldn't that be funny?
I hope it's not, because I'm going out of town.
Oh,
Then. I think May 9th is when I'm going out of town.
Hang on.
What is it?
May the 8th.
Mother's Day's May 8th?
Yes.
April, May.
I'm just going somewhere in April. Remember
Is it
I asked you
April?
to... May.
Alright, I'm confused. I'm going somewhere in May.
May 8th.
Maybe May 7th is when I'm leaving.
Yeah, because I asked you to take me to the doctor on
Well, I guess it's a good thing that my mother's not alive, because I'm not going to be here for Mother's Day. I won't be here. I'll be out of town.
Here, look. Friday, May 6th, I have to go to the skin doctor at 1. And you said you'd take me, but just going out of town.
Right, I am.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll get Paul to take me. He'll cut my ear off. Oh, sorry, Paul, if you're listening.
oh, Lord. Yes, I will be out of town. I did not know it was Mother's Day, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Hey, I met Joe Burke on Mother's Day. Let me think how many years ago that was. 56.
56 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm sure it's going to be 55. Yeah, 56 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm going to take you guys to a special place to film. We had to postpone. It was April 9th, and we had to postpone to May, I think it's 7th that we're going there. I'm going to turn this around.
Is it blurry again?
No. I don't know why it got blurry.
Somebody was walked across, a ghost walked across.
I was talking about Kevin when it happened, so I don't know.
Is he alive?
I hope his mother's okay. His mother was so sweet. I don't know. I don't know how to find out. I had to block him on my Facebook because he kept sending me messages. You know you want me. You know you love me. You don't love Tyler. You know you love me. It just drove me crazy.
Since you've been with Tyler?
When I first got with Tyler, yeah. I had to block him, so. And I don't even think he knows I have a YouTube channel, hopefully.
I hope he does, and I hope he hears this stupid asshole.
Oh, there's lots of stories that I could tell you about him, but we're just going to end it at that. Definitely end it at that. And Shirley, you talked about, so was there any more boyfriends after who was the father of the miscarriage baby?
We don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I thought it was Roger, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
See, the reason I don't know is because I don't know how far along I was.
Oh, okay.
And every time I get pregnant with anybody, like Sherry, okay, when I got pregnant with Sherry, that was Joe's. I knew who the father was for that one. But I only weighed 120. And so at that time I weighed 125. So that's just not that much of a difference because females gain 5 pounds, lose 5 pounds, whatever. Yeah. But the reason I found out I was pregnant with Sherry is because I passed out at work. I worked at Woolworth downtown Clearwater in the cafe. I passed out. I threw up chocolate cake all over my boss's shoes.
Oh my God!
My supervisor, or I guess you call it supervisor. I don't know. The head waitress. I don't know what you call it. But anyhow, she took me to the doctor, and they did an exam and said she's 5 months pregnant.
Holy crap! 5 months.
This was in March of 67, and Sherry was born in July, so I wasn't pregnant very long. I mean, I was pregnant.
But you didn't know.
Nah, I kind of thought maybe, but, you know.
Oh, wow.
When we went to Alabama for Grandpa's funeral, I was pregnant.
Wow.
Now, the old biddies were right then when they said, Shirley looks like she's pregnant. I was skinny. How can I look like I'm pregnant?
But what year was that?
1967.
Oh, okay.
Grandpa died in January the 19th.
Which grandpa are we talking about? Porter?
No, Joe.
Okay.
Daddy.
Okay.
Daddy's
I got a picture of him in his coffin.
That was a sweet old man.
Was he?
Yeah, he loved juicy fruit chewing gum.
Aww.
He liked rocking in his rocking chair. He liked sitting on the front porch, watching the traffic go by.
That was Grandma's husband, right?
Yeah.
But it was Grandma's uncle too, right?
Yeah.
Our grandma. Our crazy grandma.
We had incest in the family.
She used to accuse me of drinking her coffee, and I was just a little kid. But she married her uncle so many times removed. But she was born in Engelbert and she died in Engelbert. Or she married in Engelbert and she died in Engelbert.
Yeah.
But I never got to meet that grandpa, even though I was born.
He was the sweetest old man.
Did he ever see me?
I don't know that.
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
I see a picture. I have a picture of him holding you.
Yeah, I know.
Was that on my page?
Yes, on your page. It's on my page somewhere.
Yeah. That's crazy. Oh, I never got to meet any of my grandparents except for the grouchy one. And
she was a girl.
the last time I seen her, I think I showed you guys when I was going through the pictures on the floor with Abby and Haley. I showed you guys a picture, and I can't remember what year it was. When did Grandma die?
1994.
So, what do you remember? What month?
August.
Okay, so then it was probably March of 1994 that I got to visit her alive. I got to see her and Sarah, and Angie was recording like with a big video camera. So Angie was recording, and I cut a lot of that part out. There was a lot of stuff they were saying. They like to talk about people. They like to gossip. They like to gossip about people.
Grandma's side of the family, I don't know if anybody watches this or not, but Grandma's side of the family, the Engelbert side on Grandma's side are gossipers.
Yeah, they like to gossip.
And they
were
like
talking
to cut
shit
people
about
down.
a lot of people.
They like to cut what you look like. They don't want. They criticize. They're not nice.
Yeah. So that's the only grandparent I ever knew of. But other than that, I didn't have grandparents. You know, I had Mama and Daddy. I had Glenda and John. I had Shirley and, Vince. I don't even remember Shirley and Joe. So I had Shirley and Vince, Joe and Wanda. But I probably seen Glenda, because Glenda lived next door. I probably seen Glenda every single day. And I seen, you come over about once a week. You had that blue Volkswagen van.
Yeah, Volkswagen bus, yeah.
Volkswagen van bus that people would pay top dollar for to have today.
Mm-hmm.
She had one of those, and I can just remember all of us kids crawling in the back of that. And then Shirley would scare Mama, and Mama would go,
I can tell you what Mama said.
Don't say it.
I won't say it, I'll just spell it. Okay, no.
Oh.
Don't cut it out. I
Okay.
won't even say it out loud. But our mother cussed.
She did cuss.
And she said the bad word that Marie don't like. But I won't say what it is. But every time we would come to us, what was it? When somebody
like somebody would pull in front of Shirley or something, and Shirley would hit the brakes.
She would say, GD shit. Are they going to stop or what? Every single time.
Oh, I hate that word. I hate
she
it
hates
so
that
much.
word, GD. She hates it so bad. But anyhow, that's what Mom would say. And if I blunt it out every now and then, sorry.
And she will say, then later on, she would say, God, if we had died, that'd have been my last words.
So she knew it was wrong.
She knew it was wrong. I mean, she raised me in a church. She took me to church all the time.
She raised me in one, too.
Shirley took me to church all the time. Yeah. We grew up in...
some habits are hard to break. And some expressions are hard to break.
Like sometimes I will get mad at somebody or get mad and I'll say, God. And that's all I'll say. But that to me, that's wrong too. I don't think I should.
I don't even like that term. Oh my God. I don't even like that. People say that a lot now. Oh my God.
But OMG could be oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Get off the thing.
But yeah, I don't like GD. I don't like it at all. And I don't even like it when sometimes I get, something will happen, I'll go, God, like in vain or something. I don't like that, but I've done it and I've asked for forgiveness and, so. But yeah, I don't like that word. Not at all. You missed. This is going to be a long video because I think it's
battery keeps going.
It's not the battery. It was like, it only stays on 20 minutes. And then it goes off.
And then you have to get up and turn it back on?
Turn it back on.
But I don't see you getting up and turning it back on every time.
But I have.
Oh, I have?
Yes.
I don't pay attention.
I have. So
Billy, you want me to fix your cornbread?
No. No, I'm busy.
He's busy. Billy, before Shirley and I left for Subway, there's like, in front of her place, there's this little dirt mound. It's make a perfect flower garden. So I said, Billy, you should pull this dirt and level it out and go to Lowe's and mulch is $5 for $10 and put some flowers in there for your mom. So we come back from eating Subway and he's sitting out in the driveway and he's got 5 bags of mulch, he's got 6 flowers and he's in there raking it out. It looks so pretty. And I didn't get the before. Like I didn't get the before picture before everything was in there.
I probably have pictures I can show you.
Yeah.
Of the house.
So I didn't get there before, but I did get, he's like, where should I put these flowers? So I grabbed all the flowers and I laid them where they should be planted. And then he had some of them purple things growing on the side. I said, dig them up and separate them and plant them in there too, because they'll take over. It's that Wandering Jew stuff. So they'll take over. So he, you know, he got it all done. It's so pretty out there now. So Shirley can, sometimes when it's cool out, she can go sit out there and just look at her pretty flowers.
All you gotta do is just say, I want, or I need, or, and he'll go do it.
I just said, I think it would look pretty for your mom.
Yeah.
And he did it.
It's a suggestion.
Oh, and he did it. It was like before we even got back from eating.
Oh yeah, y'all want to read my shirt? What does it say?
What's it say? Pray about everything, worry about nothing. God, I wish we could implant that in our head and do that.
I'll give you the picture to post. I got it on.
Oh.
I gotta give her some
Did
pictures.
you have it made?
Huh? No.
Oh.
I got what? I got.
Oh, I was supposed to post the picture of Shirley in her bathing suit. Remember the
Bikini when
TV's
I was-
bathing suit?
when I was 18.
When I told her that joke, and I forgot to put it in, so I need to post that.
She's gonna post some pictures at the end of this. I'll give her some
Hopefully.
if she remembers.
We need to find pictures of you and I.
What? From little?
From all over.
Well,
Yeah.
just got that one of me holding you as a baby. Didn't you post that already?
I don't know. Find it. There's got to be more.
Me,
When we
you,
went to
Patty, and
Swallow
Joe.
Falls.
Huh?
When we went to Swallow
Oh, yeah, I
Falls,
got
there's got to
those.
be pictures. There's got to be
What,
lots
Billy?
of
Tote
pictures.
full of them.
The tote
I know.
full of pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have totes full of
Yeah,
pictures.
thousands.
Too.
Okay, one. Sometime when we're doing a video and we're bored, we'll sit here and look at pictures.
I did that.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
did that, and the fans loved it. I
You
did it
know,
with
okay.
Abby and
You know a
Haley.
little before I was even born, probably.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, really, Billy? Oh, really, Billy?
That picture in that tote.
Shirley's going to gather up these pictures, and we are going to, maybe they won't be in this video, but we're going to gather as many as we can
Alright.
and try to remember which, you know, try to remember to put some pictures in.
Add the flower bed too when you do it.
Oh, I will. I definitely will.
Yeah.
Did you take a picture before it?
I can't.
Oh, not before.
Why can't you?
We forgot to take the
Oh, Marie
completed
took some.
Send them to me, Marie. I'll send them to her. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video.
We just rambled.
We did ramble, but it's okay. It's real talk, you know. This is real life. This is what happened in our life.
That's what it is,
You have anything else that you want to add tonight?
No, I don't feel good.
We're going to show them real talk.
I'm kind of, yeah, it is Marie and Shirley's real talk. No, it's not, I don't feel good. It's just I slept too damn long.
I'm slept too long. So she's sleepy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to Shirley, shout out to the fans. There's
Love
Billy
you.
back there.
The
We'll
gardener.
see you
Read-
next
the gardener.
week.
Let them read your shirt.
The gardener.
Whose shirt? Billy's shirt? What's it say, Billy?
Oh, sorry, Mary.
I don't know what it says.
It says, save a horse, ride a tractor.
Oh Lord, save a horse, ride a tractor. I used to always say when I go out dancing and stuff, save a horse and ride a cowgirl.
Now, when you see Marie's yard, I'm going to do some work in there.
Okay, I love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
guys. See you next time.